Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching The Last of Us. This episode 8 of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So episode 7, we're obviously seeing it with Joel falling after being stabbed, obviously protecting Ellie and escaping, and obviously being in a bad serious condition. Now obviously the start of episode 7, we've seen him still in this same condition, and he told Ellie to leave him, go and get Tommy pretty much, while obviously he lies there. The fact is, you know, Ellie ran up the stairs, she was about to leave the door, then we got this interesting flashback to Ellie and you know, where she first was and how pretty much she got bitten. It was like a full episode progression of it. Now obviously the whole story wasn't purposely about her being bit. It was about her and her friend Riley and the progression through it and their relationship, and obviously Ellie catching the feels and stuff, and like it was about obviously how Riley was with her and then she'd been disappearing for 3 weeks. Ellie thought she was dead, and then she returned and she was a firefly. And then obviously she was saying, Ellie, come with me for the best night of your life. And she took her to a mall, turned all the lights on. Ellie was loving it. He was doing like different things and activities, going up and down escalators, going around a carousel, playing in the arcade, you know what I mean? It was dancing, it was taking pictures, they ended up kissing. It was all going well, do you know what I mean? Until Ellie obviously found out as well that she's been reposted. You know, it wasn't just a coincidence that she brought her to the mall to show her a good time. It was that's the place where she'd been recruited to stay, create bombs for obviously the Fireflies, and Ellie found that out. Now she's arguing a little bit, and then obviously Riley revealed that this is the last night in Boston. You know, she's being relocated, and she asked if you know, Ellie could come with her, and Marlene said no, and Ellie doesn't really know who Marlene is yet. And you know, I'm still interested to see the situation of how obviously Ellie gets tied to the radiator when we first seen her introduced to Marlene. But in that same, obviously, like episode last one, it was literally only one single soul, you know, infected in that mall. And when it seen them, it went after them and it got both of them. Bit Ellie's arm, bit Riley's hand, and you know, they ended up sitting there holding hands, not killing themselves, but waiting to go out together. They didn't want it to end, you know what I mean? Whether they got 2 hours, 2 minutes, 2 days together, they wanted to experience it all. And then obviously we ended that kind of like little segment of those two with Ellie being stood at the door thinking, mate, I'm not going to lose anybody again. I've lost Riley, I'm not going to be losing you, Joel. She ran in the house, she looked everywhere, she managed to find a needle and obviously go downstairs and started stitching him up. So that's really, really good. I like it. I thought the episode was good. It was a filler last episode, but it kind of fit in terms of like I was just saying, I've lost someone that I've loved before, I'm not doing it again. I'm going to fight for you, Joel. And then obviously like trying to stitch him. So now I'm excited to see obviously how this episode goes and the final, which will be tomorrow. So please do stick around for that. But if you do enjoy today's, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Revelation 21. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. I've read this passage too many times. But do you remember what comes next? And God will wipe away all tears from their eyes.
When can we bury him?
The ground is too cold to dig. We'll bury your father in the spring.
In the spring? Definitely not. They're just going to burn him, aren't they?
How much do we have left? Keep the whole town on rations. Maybe a week. I sensed doubt in there. I haven't lost faith in you, David. I'm just scared. The last 6 months have been hard. For all of us. But I need to know you're with me. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not faithful, but I assume that if you are faithful, like something like this is where you need to stay by it. Do you know what I mean? Keep the hope going. Yeah, go and do a bit of hunting. That gun looks so big for her. Oh no, it's a big deer. Did she hit it?
I don't see anybody. You think we can just take it?
Drop your rifles! Any sudden moves, I put one right between your eyes.
We're not asking for charity. We can trade you for some of the deer. We have, what do you need? We have boots.
Medicine?
Back in our village, you're welcome to follow us.
I'm not following you anywhere.
You bring it to me.
Buddy boy can go get it.
Talk to Howard. He's got a case with some penicillin. Bring back 2 bottles and a syringe.
How do you know he's not going to double back around though and get you, Ellie? Do you know what I mean?
A while before James gets back, I have some oil and matches in my pack. We could take shelter.
It's hard to trust strangers, I know, but I honestly mean you no harm. I'm a decent man, just trying to take care of the people who rely on me. Well, I found God after the apocalypse, which is either the best time or the worst time to find him. Hard to say. I believe everything happens for a reason. It does. I can prove it to you.
Okay.
We didn't expect this winter to be so cruel, so I sent 4 of our people to a nearby town to scavenge what they could, and only 3 of them came back. And the one that didn't was a father. Turns out he was murdered by this crazy man. That crazy man was traveling with a little girl. James, lower the gun. Did you bring the medicine?
Yeah, but...
Throw it to her.
Back away.
He's left it there. I suppose that's... I don't know. Medicine's probably more important right now. Do you know, I think it's funny because that guy, right? How can I say it? Like, he never come across as kind of like intimidating. But then, right at the very end, when he was staying that, he sent a couple of people out. And, you know, 3 of them come back and the 4th one died. And he was a father. And, you know, that girl's now lost her dad. Do you know what I mean? And the people that was killed them was a crazy guy with a girl as well. He started to seem a bit more scary. Do you know what I mean? And it's interesting how personalities and, like, scenarios can change just like that. And, you know what? You know, I can't blame Ellie. She's young. And, you know, I wouldn't say naive, but, like, expecting him to go back and get that medicine was bold. It is. He actually done it and she got it, so fair play. But what I mean is, I would never have believed that he was getting it. And I would always be expecting to watch my 6. Because, like I was saying, as soon as he left, I was like, how do you know it's not just going to double back and come back from behind? You know what I'm saying? So, like, they've ended up with a day. She's ended up with a medicine. Right now, I would probably say she made the right choice in leaving that and bringing this back. Because, yeah, everybody needs food. But they can survive without it for much longer than being in a condition where you get infected. You know what I mean? And she needs Joel to be at some sort of strength so that he can protect them. So this is going to be pretty interesting. They know she's there. They know that they're a team of 2. And they know that obviously he's weak now. They've got their food. Are they going to accept it and go back and just say, yes, you know, we're great. We've got this for the camp. Are they going to come and try and get revenge? Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world. You know, you can't expect everybody to come back who you send out there. It's war, pretty much. You know, it's fight for survival. So, you know what I mean? Can't really blame Ellie or Joel. It's just the way it is. If they had killed these 2, then it would have been the same situation but flipped. You know what I mean? I was thinking that. Where'd you actually put it in?
Joe, where the fuck do I put this?
I like these 2 together. I just like how the relationship's kind of built throughout the season.
What is it?
Venison.
Mate, it's that woman's husband.
If you've heard a rumor, yes, we found a girl who was with the man who took Alec from us. When the sun rises, I'll lead a group out to pick up her trail. Won't be hard to find in the snow.
You should kill both of them.
I know you think you don't have a father anymore, but the truth is, Hannah, you will always have a father, and you will show him respect when he's speaking. Lord, bless this food, and grant that we may thankful for thy mercies be. Bless us with Christ, the living bread.
Did they wait all that time for him to come back? Scanning her dad there, look. Don't ask, is it nice? Why is his portion so big? Why is that guy's portion so big? I want him to get killed. I really do. I want Ellie to put the bullet between his eyes like she was saying. You know, he seems like... He's crazy, innit? I never picked it up at the start, but, like, he seems like a controlling person. And, like, everybody seems to be in fear of him there. But he doesn't really... His personality don't really come across as, like, that type of guy. But that's why you should never judge a character. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never know, like, who somebody truly is. There's a film... I don't even know what it is. Like, it's a guy from one of the James Bond. He's a baddie in some of the James Bond films, and in one of them, he's supposed to be a gangster, not James Bond in this film. Like, he comes in, I think James Franco's in it as well, and he's like, "This is my club now," and they're all laughing at him, like, "Yeah, this guy, whatever," because he just seems like he's just chilling, and then he's like, just turns around and shoots everyone. He's like, "Look, mate, you know, don't take me and my personality has not been serious, yeah, when I say something, I mean it. I don't have to be a big, strong, scary dude to tell you that I'm the person in charge. Do you know what I mean? My actions will show it. And like, again, do you know what I mean? Like, this guy, I would never have put him as a... He said, oh yeah, they all chose me. I don't know, man. I feel like he kind of may have scared everyone, manipulated them into thinking that, yeah, well, not thinking, because he might actually be the person that's providing the food for them, but do you know what I mean? Got in that situation where they're all afraid to say anything. It's looking a bit better, to be fair. It's no longer like greener. People are over there, aren't there? Something is.
Stay alert. If this man's not already dead, he's dangerous.
Joel, wake up. Joel, wake the fuck up, Joel. I'm gonna lead them away from you. But if anybody makes it down here, you fucking kill them. You got it?
That's it, Ellie. That's it. Smart. Nah, I would roam around pretending that I didn't know they was there. Oh, she just shot at her. Ah, man. I can't believe he killed the horse.
I got her! 2 of you with me. Drag the horse. The rest of you, stay here, go door to door.
I guess they've got another food resource in the horse, haven't they? I mean, he did run away from Joel's house quite a little bit, though, didn't they? Like, it'd take him a while to go back to his house. He's got to muster up the strength, Joel, to be able to fight this guy. Unless he's good at throwing knives, which would be so sick. I'd prefer that over a fight. As soon as he walks around the corner, a knife just to the head. That's it, Joel. He's dropped his weapon now. That was good. That was a good death, you know. I mean, look at him there. Let's be honest, the makeup's really good. Now, Joel, that must have took a lot out of him, because the guy's been laying in his bed, hasn't he, for, I mean, actually, I don't even know how long. Days, anyway. We know it's been a couple of days, and, you know, just to get the strength to get up just in time as well and get hiding. You managed to take him out as well without a bullet being shot, which obviously is a positive, because 1, he's got an extra bullet in the cartridge now for him to obviously use that weapon himself, but 2, they don't know that one of their men is being taken down. As far as they're concerned, he's still searching, and Joel's got an advantage now. I mean, you know, Joel's here, he's got the weapon, he's got the knife, he knows that they're around. They don't know what houses they've searched, you know what I mean? He can hide in the corner, but Ellie's been taken. So now it's interesting, because at the start, it was Ellie protecting Joel, and now it's kind of like Joel going to get Ellie, which is really good. It's kind of like flipped, and I like it.
I started worrying you wouldn't wake up.
Let me out.
Well, that's certainly the goal. You can't survive on your own. No one can. Let me protect you.
I'm not on my own.
Right, your friend. And how is he? You gotta face reality. That part of your life, it's ending.
Well, Joel's took one out. There's a couple more to go.
Oh, shit.
Not messing around, Joel, now. He's got his energy back.
Leave him alone.
Oh,
You're next.
I don't know any girl. Oh!
You focus right here, or I'll pop your fucking kneecap off.
Oh, fight! Oh, the town! What town? Silver Lake.
You're gonna point to where we are and where your resort is. It better be the exact same spot your buddy points to.
Go ask him, he'll tell you. I'm not lying. Oh, no! Why the fuck did you do that? He told you what you wanted.
Well, you're just going to come and kill me, basically.
Motherfucker, fuck you.
I believe him.
No.
Anyway, you know, I mean, that guy, you could say fair play going out, like, as a champ, so to speak, you know what I mean? The guy went out, you wouldn't say fighting, but kind of shit-talking. The guy's dead anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, literally, I mean, he's there thinking that he's a big man going out, but in reality, he's just making his death even worse, isn't it? Let's be honest.
For what it's worth, this is just deer meat, I swear.
Yeah, as if you'd even touch it. I mean, you would if you stabbed.
Little pieces.
There are only a few of us that know, but I would have told you.
It was a last resort. You think it doesn't shame me? You see a lot. So do I. And you know what I see when I look at you? Me. If I let you out of that cage right now, put that knife of yours in your hand, you'd stick me in a second. And I should know. I've always had a violent heart.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because you can handle it the way the others can't. They need God. They need heaven. They need a father. I'm a shepherd surrounded by sheep, and all I want is an equal. Lord knows I could use the help. Think of what we could do together.
That's a fucking weirdo, mate. Gotta play in it though, Ellie, man. She's smart. He's smart. I mean, that wasn't smart. I was just saying she's smart. You should have played in it a bit longer. Bit harsh. He's a proper weirdo, man. He actually is. Do you know what, right? I can't blame them for being cannibals. You know, I don't know where you sit on that situation. I've had it in the 100. I've had the discussion. They had to survive by eating their own kind, you know. It was the apocalypse, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was the end of the world. It was in a bunker. And they ran the numbers and they didn't have the nutrition. And basically, what they done is every time somebody died, they utilised the resources they had. Whether you like it or not, it's protein, it's food, and it's there. You don't have to agree with it, but like when lives are on the line, why waste something? Do you know what I'm saying? So like these guys, yeah, you can have 20 of you in the camp. Great stuff. But then you've got no food, it's been a couple of weeks, everybody's starving. Somebody dies. What are you going to do? Just bury it and burn the body? Now, realistically, in an ideal world, when you're not in this situation, yeah. But you got a food resource right there. I'm not saying you go around purposely killing your own people. But what I'm saying is you take whatever is given to you. And I personally wouldn't want to eat it. But if that was my only choice and I was starving and I was dying, I would do. And I can't blame anybody. In real life, I can. You know what I mean? In the present world that I'm living here, someone's eating someone, mate, get put in prison. You know what I mean? You are crazy. Never let them out. But in terms of, obviously, this situation, a show, a TV, you know what I mean? You got to look at it and assess it objectively. And I don't think that, like, it's too crazy to comprehend, you know, the reasons why they're actually down that path. I'm surprised they haven't started cutting it up and taking the meat out of that horse meat. I mean, I know I was talking about cannibalism, but that's ruthless, isn't it?
You
had your chance.
I'm infected. Haha. It dominated.
No, she would have turned by now. This isn't real.
I at least done it. I mean, he was the only one that knew that she kind of been bit, and he had. You have to try and put that out, surely. You're going to lose your building. He's got a bag. That's Ellie's bag that he's got.
Not infected. No one infected fights this hard to stay alive. You don't know what I could have given you if you would just let me.
Ellie.
Yes, she got him.
Fighting is the part I like the most.
Oh, the guy's crazy, man.
Be afraid.
Go on, Ellie. Go on, Ellie. She didn't need nobody. She done it herself. Don't blame you, mate. That guy deserved it. He was hanging.
It's me.
Yeah, I love these two together. Ian, look at this little segment. I mean, I like how Ellie's just done it on her own. Look, we're ending all these episodes. Right, it's a good episode. No, I'm not bashing it. Last episode, I liked it as well. I thought it was a good episode. But we're ending it with kind of like an open bit of the episode, in my opinion. I thought last episode ended with out seeing the deterioration of Riley after she was bitten and seeing how she ended up dying and how Ellie ended up realising that she was immune. And like, how did she get to Marlene out of that whole segment? Yeah, Like, we was told that this is my last day in Boston and meeting up with Marlene, going here, doing whatever's, and then they got bit, and then the chaos happened, and then we kind of like just ended with them holding hands. I would have liked to see in that little bit of the little stretch between them deteriorating / Marlene coming to try and get Riley, noticing that she's dead. How did Ellie get caught and strapped up to the radiator? Where is it? We're going to get that next episode, hopefully. If not, what's going on there? Today's episode, again, great fighting, really liked it, good ending. I like how Ellie successfully done it herself. Joel didn't have to come in and save her. She done it on a, done it by herself. She stabbed him up, she went for it. She just shown that, like, no matter what your age is, if you're willing to fight for your life, like he said, mate, I know you're not infected, because somebody who is wouldn't be fighting this hard to stay alive, which is true. It was good observation from him. But, like, where's this crew? We seen the start of the episode. There was like 20 of them. There was a big pack. And yeah, okay, a couple of them died along the way, but not everybody did. That fire, why did it all not come out? What's happening? Where's the fire? Do you know what I mean? Like, even if they didn't know an attack, a fight, where is everybody? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we see it in other shows. There's supposed to be loads of people around. Chaos is happening. Alarms are going. Fire's going. Bullets are being shot. It's a ghost town. But 10 minutes ago, before this happened, everybody was there. He was all walking around. It was well populated. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, are we done now with them? Are we not going to reference going back to them? Nothing about them eating people. Nothing about them losing, their leaders, their family, all the people that died. Do they want to come for him again? Do you know what I mean? Do they want to revenge him? There's still, like I said, there's a little bit of that story that could still be going on. And we just kind of like end it. We end it in a way that makes sense, but also I feel like there's still little parts of each episode that could be further explained. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Another solid one. Another solid episode. I've actually had a bad one. Like, honestly, I always say it. If you was going through each episode and you was ranking them, or ranking the series as a whole in general, it's got to be up there in the 9s. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the lowest episode you would give, and I would say it'd be one of the filler episodes, would be like an 8. You know what I mean? Which I still think is very good. If you go back and watch many shows, some of their best shows are like 8 episodes. You know what I mean? Like, to have that as like your weakest one, if you should call it that, shows how impressive it's actually been. I really think it's it's really, really set a high standard for season 2 anyway, definitely. You know what I mean? And I'd be very interested to see what they decide to do, mate, in season 2. Whether they go with the story, what we know. But we are in season 1. We are loving the Joel and Ellie connection. And, I like how the episode started with Ellie doing whatever it took to get, the help and aid for Joel. So obviously she was like, look, here you go, here's some water, here's some food, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go hunting. She took that on that day. She's gonna bring it back to Joel, wasn't she, before obviously those guys found it. She threatened one of them, I put a bullet between your eyes. Mate, it would have been perfect actually, she done that, like she said at the start of the episode. But the death that she gave him was deserving, mate, for how much of that guy is an absolute creep. But she there, said, look, you go and get the medicine, I'll give you half the day. Do you know what I mean? It's fairs. I shot it, you want it. Give me something, you could take it. Now, I knew that he was going to come back and he was going to try and attack her. Not because of the reasons they did, because obviously he ended up explaining that he sent a couple of men out, on a scavenger hunt, so to speak, and then only 3 out of the 4 come back. And obviously his men told them that he was attacked by a man and a girl. And obviously, reading their situation, she was saying that one of her parties injured. He knows that it was them, and they've come back, with the medicine, actually, which is fair play. Give it to her, left her there, and let her run away. Said they're going to go back and get her in the morning. So she's managed to go back, and she's, she gives Joel this antibiotics or whatever you want to call it. Helped him recover a little bit. Said, look, mate, people are coming, like, don't fall asleep. She's ended up going out, causing a diversion, saving a bit of time. Do you know what I mean? Letting Joel kind of like recover a little bit. Horse has been taken out. She's been captured, through in the cage. This guy's come over. He's ended up speaking to her. He's saying about how he sees himself in her. Doing whatever it takes. He's saying that he needs an equal, a shepherd. Somebody to lead people. Everybody else is a sheep, and he needs somebody up there at the front making the tough decisions. He's like, look, mate, if I give you a knife now and open that gate, you'd instantly come and stab me, which is true. It would. It reminds me of Echo out of the 100. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when she was tied to the chair and Riker was there in front of her, and he was scared? Well, not scared, but like, I don't know, he was hesitant consistently about killing her. And yeah, mate, as soon as she was free, she just picked a knife up and bang, stabbed him. Didn't even think 1 second about being free. She done what it was needed, and she took him down. And I reckon that's what Ellie would have done as well. Do you know what I mean? That gate was open, she would have gone over and stabbed him straight away. He was well creepy, you know what I mean? I didn't like him. I definitely didn't expect his character to be that one that we seen at the start of the episode, you know. He seemed like he was a preacher of God, he was loving it, he was for the people. Mate, as soon as he with that girl, you know, I was thinking, maybe they're all in fear of him. And then as the episode progressed, you know, you got to see his like personality, you know, I didn't like it, and I feel like it was a fitting ending to a crazy weird dude. Now again, I like how Joel wasn't involved in obviously saving Ellie. It shows that she's you know, she's strong enough to do it herself, to protect herself. She took 2 of them out there, didn't she? She was on that you know, she was on the table, she fought quick on her feet and said, I'm infected, you know, give her a bit of time, grabbed the knife, stabbed him, run off, and then, you know, just seen a scrap at the end there, and she burnt the place down as well. And like I said, my little pet peeve is like, you know, nobody's come out. It was a town full of crap of people. Do you know what I mean? And like, this commotion's going on, burning's being burnt down, and a building's being burnt down, and nobody's actually come out to see it. But they've managed to just walk off free. Now again, though, it was pretty savage. I was saying me. Do you know what I mean? Like, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm not saying that I would willingly want to be a cannibal, but I was saying, like, you know, if somebody did naturally die and you had a food resource there and you were starving and you didn't have anything to eat, like, you know, I wouldn't blame people for actually doing that. But then when you see Joel go into the barn and you see all them dead bodies upside down, that's when it looks absolutely ruthless, and that's where it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? I could possibly be the person eating it, not knowing that, you know. Just don't tell me it's the person. Do you know what I mean? Just say it could be any meat. You know what I mean? And then it's my choice to eat it. But like, physically knowing that I'm eating Steve or Dave, you know what I mean? And after seeing his body hung upside down, I couldn't be the person cutting it. So that's when it does become ruthless. But great episode. Like the connection between Joel and Ellie. It's progressed really good throughout the season. Like I said, when they first met each other, it's quite hostile. Progressed through, we've lost Tess, we've lost people along the way. You know, we've seen the story about Riley, seen how he's protected her. He was going to hand her over to his brother, and then obviously he decided he wanted to stay, and then she's protected him, and now he's protected her. It's great stuff. I just can't wait for the finale. I mean, I'm sad that it's a finale, obviously, because that means that the show's finished until season 2. But obviously I'm excited because I'm expecting it to pop off, and I can't wait to see the crazy action that's going to happen. So that's where we currently are. Hopefully guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.